Just want to bring you a touch of breaking news now. This is from Grant Shapps, who was posted on X in reaction in relation to that super-injunction that ended this week regarding that Afghan scheme following the massive data leak by a Ministry of Defence official. He's posted on X the following: "There's been debate about the Afghan leak super-injunction, but the truth is simple. Secrecy saved lives. Afghans who helped us risked execution. Brit Special Forces were exposed. I'd make the same call again in a heartbeat and do whatever it takes to protect them." That's from Grant Shapps there, the Right Honourable, as it's noted in his Twitter handle. Let's bring in Tamara Cohen for this. Tamara, pretty punchy reaction and defence there from Grant Shapps.
Yes, it is, and it's significant that he's talking now because he is the only Defence Secretary in this whole debacle who had not spoken yet, and he gave a radio interview this morning saying that he would do it again and has now tweeted that he would do it again in a heartbeat, which is extend that super-injunction, which we only found out about at the start of this week after an astonishing leak of data of Afghans who had worked with British troops or who were otherwise at risk, who we now know many of whom came secretly to the UK. In an additional twist yesterday, after the High Court lifted another part of the injunction, we now know that around 100 British Special Forces, MI6 officers and other military personnel who had vouched for some of those Afghans who had worked alongside them were caught up in that link, and it raises all sorts of questions now about where that database got to while it was in the hands of the Taliban and what ongoing risk they might be at. There's calls for a public inquiry into all of this, and there'll certainly be some parliamentary inquiries. But the view from Ben Wallace, who was the Defence Secretary under whom Afghanistan fell again to the Taliban and who initially applied for that injunction, the Grant Shapps, who followed him as Defence Secretary, is that they believe it was justified in the interest of the safety of the people affected.